Greetings. In this video, I'll explain how a doubly linked list works in Python. We're walking through a really basic example. So a doubly linked list is a data structure where each element, called a node, points both forward and backward. So this makes it easy to add or remove items from basically anywhere in the list. So we start off with the node class first, where well, it stores some value, for example, a number, and then we'll have two pointers here, which points to the previous node, and the next, which points to the next node here. Moving on, we have the main class called the doubly linked list, which is where we actually manage the whole list. And in the constructor here, since the list is empty, we will set the head to none. Then we'll have the append function here, which adds a new node to the end of the list. So we check if the list is empty, and if that's the case, then the new node, or that node, becomes the head before we stop the function. Otherwise, if it isn't, we walk to the last node using the point next, then connect to the new node after it. We also set the previous node, or the previous pointer, onto the new node, so it knows who came before, which is what ultimately makes a doubly linked list. And now we have the prepend function here, which adds an item to the beginning of the list. So if the list is empty, same as in the append function, it becomes the head before we return or stop the function. If not, we link the new node to the current head, then update the head pointer to point to the new node, which is what these lines represent here. Really basic stuff. And then will have the delete function here, which will remove a value from the list. Now, this function removes the first node that matches the value here. So if it's in the middle, we skip over it by updating the pointers around it. So if it's the head, we move the head forward. And if it's the last node, we make sure the previous node doesn't point to it anymore. And once the node is removed, we exit the function. Simple as that. Now we will also have some print functions here, which will print the list forward or backwards so we can see what's in it. Now, at the end here, we will have some tests. We will append two numbers here, 10 and 20. We'll prepend 5, and we'll delete 10 from the list before we will print them here. So if we actually run this function here in the terminal, we will see that the list has 5 and 20, and backwards is 20 to 5. And we will have successfully removed the 10 from the list. Thank you.